Alright, so today we are going to find the hypotenuse and our theta, the angle of this triangle here, using the two other sides of a right triangle. So what we're going to do first is label our x and y sides. We're going to call this our x side, and we're going to call this 7 meters our y side. And also we are going to label our sides either hypotenuse, opposite, or adjacent. So since this is the longest side, the side opposite of the right triangle, we are going to call this the hypotenuse. We'll just use the abbreviation HYP. Right? The side that is adjacent to the theta will be called adjacent. And the side that is opposite of our angle is going to be called the opposite side. Now, when we know the two sides that are not the hypotenuse, we can use the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And c is always our hypotenuse. So what we're going to do is, it doesn't matter which one of the other sides is a or b, so we'll choose the adjacent, our x side, to be a squared. And now we have 7 for our b squared, and that equals our hypotenuse squared. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our calculator and plug this in. 7 squared plus 12 squared. It doesn't matter in what order you do it, but you're going to get 193. You're going to take the square root of 193. Since it's c squared, you have to take the square root of c squared to get c. And so we end up with a hypotenuse that is equal to 13.892, and we can round that to, let's say, 13.9. And our units are going to be meters, just like our sides. Alright, so here's the answer for the hypotenuse. But we still want theta here. So we are actually going to use trigonometry. We have sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. And cosine theta which equals our adjacent over hypotenuse. And then we have tangent theta, which is our opposite over adjacent. Now we have all three sides of this triangle, but I recommend to solve for theta, we use the two sides that were given. Since we rounded our hypotenuse, we're going to get a copy of a copy for our answer, if that makes sense. So we're going to want to use our opposite and our adjacent. Well, the trigonomic function that has opposite and adjacent is our tangent. So what we're going to do, whenever you want theta, but you don't have theta, you only have the sides, you're going to use the inverse of tangent. So it's going to look like this. Inverse tangent of y over x, the opposite over the adjacent, equals your theta. So we're just going to turn our calculator back on, clear this. Alright, to do inverse tangent, you're going to go to, well, first actually, you need to go to mode and make sure you're in degree mode. If you're in radian mode, it's going to give you an entirely different number. So now that we're in degree mode, we're going to go to second, tangent, and then just do our y over x. Y is 7 over x, which is 12, and we're going to press enter. So our theta is equal to 30.3 degrees. Always make sure to include your units. So we have a hypotenuse of 13.9 meters and a theta that is 30.3 degrees.